Dear students, we will do a new module. It's module 107. It's about assessing officer. So we have heard the term assessing officer. The term itself, you know that the person who can assess our income. So he is the assessing officer. So in the income tax context, an assessing officer is a government official responsible for evaluating and determining the amount of tax or duties a person or business must pay under the law. That is, either it's corporate tax or individual tax. Assessing officer has the power to evaluate and determine the amount of tax and duties either as a person or as a company. Now, what are the roles of assessing officers? First role is reviewing tax returns submitted by individuals or companies. Based on our calculation, based on our auditor, they will submit the returns. So there can be mistakes possible. They have to check that. So first is they will review the tax returns filed by companies and individuals. Second is verifying income, expenses and deductions. Third is ensuring compliance with tax laws and regulations. They will see that all the rules and regulations complied by the Finance Department or CBDT. It's followed by the Income Tax Department. Issuing notices or queries if something looks incorrect or incomplete. If they feel that the assessee has not submitted the correct returns, not revealed the correct income, they will send notices, they will ask for clarification. Calculating the correct tax liability. If they have not calculated the correct tax liability, they will ask them to pay the correct tax. Conducting audits or assessments whenever necessary. So conducting audits whenever necessary. So you have to remember conducting audits or reassessment whenever necessary. Now what is the definition of assessment or assessing officer? According to the Income Tax Act, an assessing officer includes Assistant Commissioner of Income Tax, Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, Assistant Director of Income Tax, Deputy Director of Income Tax Officer who is vested with the relevant powers and jurisdiction. Now what is the position of assessing officer? He works under the supervision of higher income tax authorities. So we will see that assessing officer is the person who is coming in direct contact with the assessees. So they work under the supervision of higher income tax authorities. Second point, acts as the primary authority dealing directly with the taxpayers. Because if you want to meet a officer, you have to meet the assessing officer, not the commissioner or not the director. First point of contact is the assessing officer. And assessing officer plays an important role in the assessment, collection and enforcement of Income Tax Act. And now the powers of assessing officer we are dividing into different points. One is power to assess income. Second, power to issue notices. Third, power to conduct scrutiny assessment. Fourth, power to reassess income. Fifth, power to levy penalties. Sixth, power to collect information. Seventh, power to conduct survey. So first one, power to assess income. The assessing officer can examine income tax returns and determine the correct taxable income of a taxpayer. So if you have filed the wrong returns or if you have not revealed the correct income, assessing officer will calculate the correct income. Now power to issue notices. Assessing officer issue notices asking taxpayers to file returns. If you have not filed the tax returns on time, provide documents if they need supporting documents. See, if I am claiming for health insurance under section 80D, if I have not if I have not given the correct documents, they will ask for documents. Clarify information. Any deduction I have claimed, if they are not satisfied with that, they will clarify for explanation. Third is power to conduct scrutiny assessment. Assessing officer can conduct a detailed examination of accounts, records and financial statements. Especially in the case of companies or individuals, they can do the detailed scrutiny of accounts. Next, power to reassess income. Reassess, the term itself, you know that whatever you have submitted, they are reassessing again, they are rechecking again. If income has escaped assessment, the assessing officer can reopen and reassess the case. Everybody will try to reduce their tax liability. So they will claim wrong deductions, wrong exemptions, wrong income they will show, more expenses they will show. All this they will scrutinize and they will ask for clarification. Next point is power to levy penalties. Penalty, you know that fine or the any penalty we have to pay. So assessing officer may impose penalties for concealment of income if you have not revealed the correct income. Now, failure to file returns. If you have not filed the tax returns on time, then non-compliance with notices. If you have not complied with the notices. Now, when the income tax authorities are sending a notice, it's your duty to immediately reply to that. They will give the time period within 7 days, within 14 days. So you have to comply with that. Now, power to collect information. Assessing officer can obtain information from banks, employees and other authorities for verification purposes. If they want to collect information from the company for the employees, it is possible. Now, power to conduct survey. Assessing officer can conduct surveys at business premises to verify books of accounts and transactions. Now, what are the functions of assessing officer? One is assessment of tax. Determines the tax payable by individuals, partnership firms and companies, whatever the correct tax liability. Second is verification of returns. Checks the correctness of income, deductions, exemptions and tax payments. Next is detection of tax evasion. If you try to evade tax, they will find out that. Identifies concealment of income and tax fraud. If you try to cheat the income tax department, they will verify that. Then maintaining tax records. Maintains assessment records and taxpayer information. Now it's computerized, so it's easy for them to call for information at the click of a button anytime, whenever they need. Now, recovery of tax ensures collection and recovery of taxes due to the government. If they have not paid tax on time, they have the power to collect it from the taxpayers, whether it's partnership firm, company or individuals. Providing taxpayer assistance. Guides taxpayers regarding filing procedures and compliance requirements. If you have not filed your returns on time, they will provide tax assistance in case if you need any help in filing the tax returns or any help, you can approach them. Now, responsibilities of the assessing officer. Ensure proper implementation of income tax laws. They will see that whatever is designed by the finance department and CBDT, that is Central Board of Direct Taxes, it's complied. Then protect government revenue, because income tax is the main source of revenue and government can function only with that revenue. So they will see that correct income is collected. Maintain fairness and transparency in assessments. If you have any doubts or any clarification, anytime you can approach and you will get the clarification for that. They will ensure that it's transparent procedure. Prevent evasion, tax evasion and fraud. You cannot cheat the income tax department. Correct income you have to reveal. Then complete assessments within prescribed time limits. Within the due date. See, usual cases July 31st. Exceptional cases they will extend. So companies also, they have their deadlines for filing tax returns, annual returns, quarterly returns, everything they have to comply with on time. Now, maintain confidentiality of taxpayer information. So the income tax department, whatever information they collected, they will keep it confidential and they will not reveal it to anybody. Now, the importance of the assessing officer. Helps in effective tax administration. Without assessing officer, because they are the face of the income tax department, they are the people who are coming in direct contact with the taxpayers. So they helps in the effective tax administration, ensures proper collection of government revenue. Correct revenue is collected for the government. Promotes tax compliance among citizens. The importance of paying tax. The consequences for not paying tax on time. Prevents revenue loss due to tax evasion. Prevents revenue loss. So if it's not, tax is not collected on time, then it will be loss. Then maintains discipline in taxation system. So discipline, that amount, that correct tax is paid on time. We will see that. Then you have to remember what is the conclusion. Assessing officer is a key authority in the income tax department. Responsible for assessment, verification and collection of taxes. The officer ensures that taxpayers comply with the tax laws. Whatever that they have to follow, they have to comply with that. Whether it's regarding filing of returns or whether it is or the dates they have to follow, quarterly returns, annual returns, replying for the notices, anything, they have to comply with the tax laws. Then the government receives proper revenue in a fair and lawful manner. Government, with the help of these assessing officers, they collect the correct revenue which is due to the government. So this is what I wanted to explain in this module. Happy learning. Thank you.